What does it really take to be happy? It's the question we've been asking since the dawn of time. Sculpted into ancient stone, whispered in sacred texts, and now echoed in TED Talks and mental health blogs. We chase it through careers, relationships, new cities, and newer iPhones. But the closer we seem to get, the emptier it feels. We live in an era of abundance. Clean water, vaccines, air conditioning, entertainment at our fingertips. And yet, millions silently suffer from depression, anxiety, burnout, and loneliness. So what's wrong? What if happiness isn't where we've been told to look? In this journey, we'll uncover the hidden layers of joy. Not the kind you buy, flaunt, or scroll through, but the kind that quietly sustains your soul. The kind that costs nothing, yet means everything. The pursuit that never ends. For decades, we've been sold a promise that more is the answer. More money, more fame, more followers, more freedom, more stuff. From childhood, we're conditioned to believe that happiness is waiting for us. Somewhere just beyond the next raise, the next body transformation, the next dream vacation. But here's the cruel trick. The finish line keeps moving. You get the job, but now you want a promotion. You get the car, but now your neighbor has too. You reach your goal weight, and suddenly your reflection still isn't enough. We are drowning in comparisons, starving for validation. And the saddest part? We confuse pleasure with joy. We think happiness is found in peak moments. The champagne toast, the shopping spree, the applause. But joy isn't a high. It's a home. And most of us are homeless. True happiness doesn't demand more. It requires less. Less noise. Less pretending. Less chasing. And that's where our story begins. The 4 pillars of real joy. In a global survey across 15 countries, ranging from the world's richest to its poorest, people were asked a simple question. What do you truly need to feel happy? The answers were not luxury, fame, or youth. They were stunningly simple. First, the ability to live without needing help from others. Autonomy. To wake up and dress yourself. To walk to the kitchen. To use the bathroom unassisted. This independence, often taken for granted, is actually the foundation of human dignity. Second, good eyesight and hearing. To see the colors of the sunset. To hear the laughter of your child. These senses aren't extras, they're windows into the world's beauty. Third, enough energy to get through the day. Not just existing, but living with vitality. To move your body, to make plans, to feel alive in your bones. Fourth, the ability to move freely. Whether it's walking to the park or dancing at a wedding, movement is life. It's how we engage, explore, and express. Notice something? These 4 top answers weren't about riches. They were about health, the silent engine behind everything else. Without it, even the brightest moments feel dim. With it, even a simple life feels extraordinary. The silent saboteurs. If our bodies and senses are the gateway to happiness, why do so many of us still feel numb? Because modern life is a master of distraction. We wake up to alarms, scroll through curated lives, race to work, juggle screens, consume more than we digest, mentally and emotionally. We measure our worth in likes, our progress in emails, our identity in jobs that barely see us. We're overstimulated, underconnected. In the name of being productive, we've forgotten how to be present. In the pursuit of doing it all, we rarely feel like enough. We've become excellent at upgrading our phones and terrible at upgrading our peace. The path to happiness is not paved with notifications. It's found in silence, slowness, solitude. But these are foreign languages in our world of noise. So if you feel constantly overwhelmed, uninspired, or off, maybe you're not broken. Maybe you're just buried. The role of wealth. Money matters. Let's be honest. Being poor isn't noble, and financial freedom can solve many problems. It pays for medicine, housing, food, safety. These are non-negotiables. Money gives options, dignity, time. But here's the trap. Once your basic needs are met, more money adds very little to long-term happiness. Study after study confirms this. Beyond a certain threshold, wealth becomes a number game, one that no longer moves the emotional needle. Why? Because happiness is emotional, not material. A warm conversation brings more joy than a cold bank transfer. A sunset on your balcony may beat a luxury resort, if your heart is at peace. Wealth is a tool, not a trophy. If you use it to connect, to grow, to give, it can elevate your life. But if you use it to compare, dominate, or escape, it will eventually hollow you out. Money can buy comfort. It cannot buy contentment. The purpose principle. We've been tricked into believing that comfort equals happiness. But the truth is, it doesn't. Comfort zones are cozy but dangerous. They whisper, "Stay here," while your soul screams, "Grow." Meaning is born from challenge. Joy is forged in purpose. Think of the most meaningful moments in your life. Were they easy? Or were they earned? Raising a child, finishing a degree, surviving heartbreak, starting a business. These aren't just life events. They're soul events. Purpose gives our suffering context. It transforms pain into progress. It turns survival into a story. Even pleasure without purpose becomes empty. That's why endless entertainment leaves us bored. That's why people with everything still feel like nothing. Happiness isn't in the ease. It's in the effort that feels worthwhile. Intimacy and connection. In that same global survey, one of the lowest-ranked happiness factors was sexual satisfaction. Does that mean sex doesn't matter? Not at all. It means what we crave isn't just pleasure, it's intimacy. Touch without trust feels hollow. Physical contact without emotional safety feels mechanical. We are not just bodies. We are souls craving recognition, affection, and resonance. A fulfilling sex life can be a deep source of joy, but only when it's rooted in connection, consent, and care. The problem isn't sex. It's the loneliness we try to fix with it. Our culture glamorizes the act, but forgets the bond. It worships chemistry and ignores vulnerability. But intimacy is about being seen, held, chosen. It's a conversation of bodies and hearts. And in that space, real happiness unfolds. Not in the climax, but in the closeness. The mirror and the mask. We live in a world obsessed with beauty. Filters, fillers, fitness routines. We chase an image we didn't choose, judged by standards we didn't set. And when we don't match it, we feel less worthy, less lovable. But here's the irony. Some of the most beautiful people in the world are miserable. And some of the happiest people have faces the world ignores. Why? Because beauty without self-worth is a mask, and self-worth without beauty is a mirror that reflects something deeper. Confidence isn't found in perfect skin or a sculpted jawline. It's found in how we treat others, in how we speak to ourselves, in the energy we radiate when we're at peace with who we are. True beauty glows, not because others admire it, but because it no longer needs to be admired. The forgotten truth. We've climbed every ladder, bought every gadget, tried every app, therapy, book, retreat. But maybe the answer isn't in doing more. Maybe happiness was never something to be earned, just something to be remembered. A quiet morning coffee, a hug that lingers, a walk with no destination, a moment of stillness where the world feels whole. These aren't life's extras. These are the essence. Gratitude turns ordinary days into miracles. Presence transforms moments into memories. And maybe, just maybe, Happiness isn't a place we arrive at, it's the way we walk. So now, you've seen the truth most people miss. Happiness is not in the spectacular, not in the perfect, not in the loud. It's in the breath, the connection, the ability to move, to feel, to love, to rest. And above all, the ability to live in a healthy body. Because let's be honest, a sick body can rarely carry a joyful mind. When pain dominates your day, or fatigue clouds your thoughts, even the brightest moments lose their glow. That's why health is not just a blessing, it's the foundation of a meaningful life. To be well, to move freely, to see and hear the world, to wake up with energy. This is where joy begins. Take care of your body not out of fear, but out of reverence. Treat it as the loyal companion that carries you through every memory, every hug, every dream. Health is not the goal of life, but without it, every goal becomes harder to reach. So if this journey stirred something in you, don't let it fade. Reclaim your joy. Reconnect with the simple. Realign with what truly matters. And if this message speaks to your soul, subscribe to this channel. Because with every video, we explore the truths that set your soul free and reconnect with what matters most. Let's walk this path together,